Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. OneLove now has memberships available. There are 2 tiers you can join under. The first tier is called the OneLove Fam. The perks you will receive are loyalty badges, custom emojis, and priority replies to comments. The second tier is called the Lovely Crew. The perks you will receive are loyalty badges, custom emojis, priority replies to comments, and member shoutouts. More perks will be added down the road. Please feel free to hit the join button.
Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? I know it has been a minute since I've been on here. There's been a lot going on, a lot. I definitely took this time to kind of, give myself a break from YouTube. Oh my gosh, did I need this break? I also didn't want to bomb rush YouTube when I saw Olivia came back. I have been in the bushes, kind of watching her videos to see what she's saying, kind of, gauging to see what she's talking about, paying attention to her demeanor, seeing if anything has changed. Just kind of seeing what it was given. I didn't want to be too quick to come on here and give my little inputs. I just wanted to kind of see how things, was flowing on her end. I also, been having other things going on. Tax season is ramping up, and that's something else that I do. I do have my own little business when it comes to, taxes, and, it's a lot of different things that I'm doing right now. So I also was, trying to figure out how to make time to even come on here and, give my little commentary on what I've been seeing so far. But I did have some time today, and so I just wanted to kind of, give a little introduction to, some of the things that I've been noticing, what I've been paying attention to. And, I will say, when I saw her pop up in my feed, I wasn't shocked because I know initially, people were saying that she was going to be released on February 14th. And that was kind of what a lot of people were expecting. But interestingly, I had a dream on January 25th, and I was talking to my friend about it, and I was telling her the dream, and I was kind of going back and forth if I wanted to come on here and share the dream, but as you can see, I never shared it. But I actually dreamt about Olivia on the 25th of January, and in the dream, I'm not going to say everything, but I just know I was in my room and I was watching TV, and I saw Olivia pop up. And I was shocked in the dream that she was on live, because in my mind, I was thinking to myself in the dream, how is she already out? I thought she wasn't getting out until the 14th of February. And there were certain things that she was talking about, and I just knew in that moment when I woke up from the dream that it was a great possibility that she was going to be released early. And so I don't know exactly when her release date was. I just know that she popped up on YouTube on the 29th of January. And so I was like, it was either the 28th or the 29th. So just a few days after I had that dream, I was like, okay. And so when I saw that she went live, I was like, yeah, I wasn't shocked by it because I had already, like I said, been pre-warned that she was going to be coming out early than what we expected. But it was definitely a lot to that dream. I'm just kind of picking and choosing if I even want to share everything that I saw in that dream. But the other thing that I will say is in the dream, it did show that she had a baby. And I was surprised that Olivia did come on here shortly after and, was talking about how she actually is pregnant currently. She showed her pictures, her ultrasound pictures of the baby. So I was like, okay, well, that makes sense why I dreamt that, because honestly, I was thinking that she wasn't pregnant anymore. I believe she was pregnant before she went in, but when she went to the doctor's office and was showing, her getting the ultrasound, I was saying in one of my videos, it didn't look like there was anything in the sack. So I don't quite know what that situation was all about, but she is pregnant. She says she's about 14 weeks pregnant. And so, yeah, I, said early on that I had, high expectations of what I had hoped would come out of this situation with Olivia being in jail. I was hoping that this time away from social media would give her some time to really think and really be still within herself to kind of come to some conclusions that I feel she really needs to come to in order for her to, do things differently, start making better choices and really start elevating her life in a better way. But as I was watching her first video, the one where she said she was fresh out, it did seem like her demeanor was a little softer. It seemed like she was showing a little bit of humility. And I was like, okay, let me see how this is going to play out. And then she ended up going live the next day. She did the Q&A. She did share some things that I'm going to wait and do another video on that. I may even come on here and have my friend Denise on with me because there was a lot of things she said in that Q&A that I feel warrants a separate video. So we are going to get into that. But she then went live again. And this is the video that we're going to watch together because now she's speaking about being homeless. Now, if you pay attention to this video that we're going to watch first, this is her first video she came out with where she was freshly released. You can see that she's in a hotel room. And I was a little taken back by that because I'm like, okay, prior to her getting locked up, we knew that she was packing and moving. We assumed that she had another place. But we will see later on that a lot of her stuff is in storage. So it's like, okay, what is really going on here? But it's like, here we are again. She's running with this homeless narrative. And I'm seeing that, she's getting a lot of views on it. I don't know if people are just watching because they're trying to see the foolery that's going on. Or if people are watching because they actually believe she's actually homeless. But she's running again with this homeless and pregnant storyline. And I'm just like, okay, what's really going on here? But before we get into that video, because I haven't watched it yet and I would like to watch it for the first time with y'all, I want to just play one clip of this video that she did on the first day of her coming out. So let's get into this.
Someone said you fresh out the pen. Yeah, the lighting's better, and I feel like you're not up in my grill. But anyway, what's up, though? You look refreshed. I look how I look, A lot of people had a lot to say about my mugshots. Look it. Don't come for me. Okay, I know I look like Ernesto. Okay. But don't come for me. Okay? A bitch was going through it. Shit. At least I only look like that in a mugshot. You look like that in real life. Okay? Anybody could take an ugly still. And bitch, that was an ugly still. But I don't care. You know what I mean? It's not like, you guys are like, some people are like kindergarten brain, And that's cool, Simple minds do simple shit. But, I already knew. When I seen that mugshot, I looked at this bitch inside me, I was like, damn, bitch, this shit finna be everywhere. They got me fucked up. I swear to God, this is exactly what I thought. I already thought about, that's the only time I thought about you too. And I was like, damn, bitches finna go in. They finna have fun with this one. But I can fuck. Y'all look like that in real life. Yeah. I look like that, going through it. You feel me? Does it look this way? I was like debating if I should be like and smile, but then I was like, I didn't have it in me. Then all like the niggas were looking at me, and it was very uncomfortable.
So when I heard Olivia say this, I was like, okay, here we go again. Like, Olivia has to make every situation about her looking good and how, every man wants her. And so she's making it seem as if, there were guys there that were looking at her in a way that was, I guess, letting her know that they were interested or they felt she looked good or what have you while she was taking her mugshot. And I was just like, okay, Olivia, come on now. But, she's basically talking about how a lot of people were making fun of her, her mugshot, and how people were going in on her. And, I I expected her to speak on this because she definitely made fun of, Jasmine's mugshot. So I think her feeling a certain way, of course, she's going to try to make fun of it too, saying that she looked like Ernesto. Olivia is pretty good at trying to take the criticisms that people throw at her and the jabs that people throw at her, and she flips it and makes fun of herself. She does that a lot, and I think that's just her way of trying to be above or get ahead of, the pushbacks and how people make fun of her and says, little things about her. That's her way of trying to, I guess, if you will, take the power back. And to make it as if it's not phasing her or bothering her in any way. But I know deep down it does bother her. But, I just feel when I, heard her speaking about this, I was like, okay, yeah, this was to be expected. So before we move on to the next video, I wanted to address the fact that in this particular live right here, she was in a hotel room. And you can hear a guy talking in the background. And Olivia said that this was her baby daddy. This is baby daddy number 4. And my whole thing is, if you are still with this guy, why wouldn't you go to his place? Why are you staying at a hotel room? I just thought that was strange. And so I was like asking myself the question, do this man even have a place to begin with? Because if you just got out of jail, obviously, well, I'm not going to say obviously. I will say it's very possible that this man was the one who picked her up from jail. So if he picked you up from jail, why would he take you to a hotel room instead of taking you to his place? I don't know. This just seems very strange and bizarre to me. But we're going to move on, and we're going to go to the next video that I was speaking about, where she basically is saying that she is now homeless while being pregnant. We've definitely heard this storyline before, but let's see what she's talking about.
Hey, y'all. All right, so I have to go, and I was saying that I have to go in this storage place, but I don't know if I'm going to have service. What's going on, y'all? What is today? Is today Saturday? Today's Saturday, right? What is the date? What's the date today? How am I? I'm okay. You guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going through it, It's the 31st. Okay, it's Saturday. Oh my God, bro. Like, you guys don't understand, bro. I can't even, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I feel like I've talked about jail so much. Like, bitch, you're out. Shut up. But it's like, you don't understand, anyway, we're not gonna get into it. But I'm going through it because I don't know what to do. I'm torn, and I don't know what to do. I do not have my apartment anymore. All my shit is in storage. That's where I'm about to go right now. I'm about to go in my storage because I got to get some clothes. And I'm going to just be real with y'all, okay? We're just going to keep it real deal. Holly feel up in this bitch. I was going to leave. When I got out of jail, I was going to leave, and I was going to go stay with family and get my shit together and do that. And I still can do that. That's an option. But I just don't think I should leave my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to leave my kids.
I don't think I should leave my kids. To hear her say that after all of this, it really bothers me. Because it's like, how many times are you going to play with your children's emotions? Because she will later say, I don't know if it was this video, but I did hear in one of the videos where she said she had a whole conversation with her oldest child regarding her moving. And it's like, I don't understand why she's putting this on them like that. Even if it's just her oldest daughter, why is she putting that type of weight on her child like that? Because true that, you got a lot going on, and there's a lot of things that she needs to really figure out. But to keep considering the idea of leaving her children behind, it really does bother me. Because it's a very dysfunctional roller coaster ride that she keeps subjecting her children to. And it's not fair to them. And so for her to be at this point in the game, with all of the things that her children have already had to deal with from what she has subjected them to. I'm not speaking about all parties involved. I'm talking about the part that Olivia has played in the dysfunction, in the instability that her children have been going through, going on 6-7 years now. It's very unfortunate that she still don't see that her keep putting this as an option to leave is something that she needs to stop putting out there. Even if it's just a conversation she's having on YouTube, she needs to stop having this conversation, because it's like, girl, why do you keep putting this as a option? Because if you truly love your children, in spite of what you are going through and the obstacles that you're facing, this cannot be an option. It just can't be. And here it is. They just went, as she said, 43 days she spent in jail. That was 43 days that her children, all of them, did not have access to her. And you're considering giving them even more time of not having access to you? Like, at this point in the game, I feel like they need someone to mediate, the visitation. Like, there should not be where, Olivia is dropping the kids off, where she's having to see Gerard, Nisha, anybody. There needs to be some kind of third party that's not related to either one of them, so that they can have some type of co-parent situation. I really don't know what to say about that part, because it's so toxic and dysfunctional. But her continuing to have this conversation of leaving her 3 children behind, like, this is a dead conversation at this point. And she really needs to stop playing around with this as an option, because it's really getting old.
So I'm torn. I'm really, really freaking torn right now. Because yes, it would be easier to just leave. I won't have to deal with this shit. Like, as far as like what this man is trying to put me through. And I can, like, it's different. Like, when you are, we can talk, you guys. Hold on 1 second though. When you are in a state with no family, no support system. Yes, I have friends and I have good friends, but I don't have like family. It's so different when you go somewhere where you do have family. And it's like, I've been without my family for so many years. Like, yeah, there was like moments in time, a year here, 6 months here, 8 months here, where I like had my family. But it's like, I've always, for the most part, I've always been in Texas. And I have no family here. So it's hard. It's hard. And then it's like, especially when you're dealing with stuff nonstop, and it's like, damn, I just need like a break. I need to get my shit together. And it's not like I'm dealing with stuff that I'm constantly putting myself through. It's like I'm dealing with somebody who wants to ruin my life. Let's be honest, you guys. Like, we're not going to get into it, but that's what I'm dealing with. Like, he doesn't have to do the shit that he's doing. He's doing it out of pure spite. So when you're dealing with somebody like that, it feels good to have family to lean on. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't have any here. So I'm totally welcome to go where my family is, be good, have comfortability, have security. But it's like when I'm not gonna cry. We're not doing that. When I see my kids and I see how heartbroken they are without me, and it's like, how do I just leave them? Like, how do I just leave them? Like, and that's like another thing. It's like, if this man were just to leave me alone and do what's right for his kids, like he cared about his kids for real, he would just leave me alone and let me get my shit together so I could be here for my kids. But obviously he doesn't want me here for my kids for whatever reason. I don't know. He's dealing with his own, personal battles or whatever. But that's all I want to do is be here for my babies.
I completely understand Olivia wanting to be close to her family. I think that makes sense, to want to have that. But unfortunately, Olivia put herself in a very bad situation. And as much as I can sympathize with, her wanting to be close to family, so she can have them to, rely on, for help, I feel that at Olivia's grown age, she's going to have to toughen up and she's going to have to do what she has to do. Because the reality of the situation is you have children, 3 children, that are primarily with their father who happens to live in the state of Texas. And if you leave the state of Texas, you're not going to be able to see your children the way that you would be able to if you was to be in another state. And so, again, if you truly love your children and you don't want to leave your children, it shouldn't be confusing in the sense of knowing what you need to do. And so that's why I said that with her situation being what it is, the better option, and I don't know how they could go about this. I don't know if the court could appoint someone to be a mediator to be there at the drop-offs, so there is no reasons for her and Gerard to have to see each other, communicate with each other. Like, I don't know a lot about this because I've never had to be in this situation, thank God. But I would think that there would be something that could be done to where there doesn't have to be any personal interaction between her and Gerard for the sake of the children. But I just feel that Olivia put herself in this situation and she's going to have to deal with it. There's really no questions of what should I do at this point. Like, you know what you got to do. And you're going to have to toughen it up and make sure your presence is known and seen and felt when it comes to your 3 other children, because they do need her.
Yeah, so that brings me to this. I have to get a place. I have to get a place here because I don't have my apartment anymore. And you know what, you guys? Let me tell you something. Everything happens for a reason, because I moved out of my apartment right before I got locked up. My lease was up. But I wanted to extend my lease, or I wanted to stay. I didn't really want to move. But they were like, no, they didn't want to extend my lease. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess. Tell me why. Like, everything was pretty much moved out of my apartment. I was already in jail. And the people that were, like, helping me, my people, they went to go pick up, like, the last couple things, or, like, clear out the last couple things, and my whole fucking apartment flooded. My shit was flooded. Out the door, flooded. Like, another pipe bursted, and my shit flooded. And nobody had been there for, like, a week or so. So could you imagine if my shit was in there and another pipe bursted? Because I don't know if you guys knew that. When I was living there, a pipe in the kitchen busted. So this time, a pipe in the bathroom busted.
Oh, wow. I mean, that says a lot about the apartment she was living in, because a lot of these apartments management, they don't be managing their properties correctly. The owners of these properties don't be putting money back into their apartments, for to make sure the upkeep is what it needs to be. But this definitely makes sense as to why Olivia was dealing with so much stuff over there, because not only was she dealing with the flooding, she said the pipe has bursted twice since she's been there, or the last time happened after she moved out, but it had happened prior to her moving out. She was dealing with mold, so that makes me think that they have had flooding issues in other apartments, which would explain the mold that they found on her ceilings in different parts of the apartment. She was dealing with an infestation of roaches, she was dealing with spiders. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of stuff she was dealing with, and I find it odd that she would want to even renew her lease, dealing with those issues. But I mean, yeah, I guess everything does happen for a reason, of course. But yeah, it definitely says a lot about the apartment she was staying in.
I have the same life. My life is my life. Your life is your life. And I can actually say that good for you. I don't hate on people, because I know, but you could be up today and down tomorrow. Like, you never want to laugh at a person's downfall. You never want to think that it can't be you. Like, the way people think, I don't know, it just shows like a lot of people haven't gone through a lot of shit. A lot of people don't understand how the world works, because, and that's my whole thing, if you're so up, be up, enjoy that moment. And sell that car? No. Why would I sell my car?
I mean, hopefully Olivia will take this that she's saying right now and always keep it in the forefront, because I think it's easier to have this understanding when you're going through a low point. But I feel when it comes to Olivia, the very words that she's speaking right now are the words that I have relayed to her, because of how she does laugh at people's downfalls. And now that she's in a downfall, she doesn't want people to laugh at her. She doesn't want people to make fun of her or to speak ill about what she's going through. And rightfully so. Nobody wants anybody to pick them apart or, kick them while they're down. But the reality of the situation is Olivia has a track record for doing just this. And so, again, it sounds good what she's saying, because it's correct. You shouldn't do that. But this is something that Olivia has done many, many times towards other people. So hopefully this will be something that she will carry throughout her life, and she will be very careful in what she speaks on other people and how she speaks on other people, because it never feels good when you're going through stuff yourself.
I could go live in a shelter today. And you know what? I was thinking about going to stay in a shelter, but it's not really logical, because I gotta get my kids. Like, I gotta see them. I can't take them to a shelter. Find temporary housing, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, go to a shelter. Yeah, I've actually heard there's actually good shelters in the area. Well, actually in Fort Worth, and I don't want to be in Fort Worth. If I move, I'm actually going to be headed into, like, closer to where my kids are. I'm sure people are very excited. You got this, Liv. You will know what's the right decision to make. No, that's the thing. I don't know what the right decision to make is. I'm torn. I'm literally torn. I could leave this week and I could leave the state this week and be good. But my baby told me, don't leave until you can take me with you. How can I leave her? How can I leave my baby? It's like, and when my baby saw me, she just started bawling. Like, how can I leave my babies, bro?
Yeah, Olivia just seems to be a little all over the place, and I don't know if she's doing this to kind of throw people off, or she's saying all of this because she really doesn't know what she's going to do. But she said on one hand, she thought about going into a shelter. But then on the other hand, she said that she was planning on moving closer to her 3 children. So I'm not sure what that situation is. But, as you heard her, she did speak to Robin. She said she was able to see the children. So she said that, basically Robin was crying and, was telling Olivia not to leave and for Olivia to only consider leaving if Robin can go with her. So again, this is why I said what I said earlier. I just don't feel these are conversations she needs to keep having with Robin, because although Robin is the oldest, Robin is still not at an age where she can mentally and emotionally process all of this in a mature way, because she's still growing, she's still developing, and that's a lot on a child. That's a lot to put on a child. And so I don't know. I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out, but I just feel that even when you look at the fact that she is out, I'm wondering when she's going to be able to see Kalani and AJ. Now, I am surprised that her mother didn't have a situation put in place for her when she got out of jail. Not sure about that. I don't know who helped her move her things, but if she has her things in storage and she's in a position right now where she's trying to figure out her next move as far as where to go, I'm very curious about when she will be able to even see Kalani and AJ. But she also expressed that if she wanted to, she could be with family, and I'm assuming take a flight to California, because I do believe that's where AJ and Kalani is in California with Stella. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
My second trimester. I am. Let me see. I think I'm 14 weeks. I'm almost 15 weeks, if I'm not 15 weeks already. You guys, I can't wait to get settled wherever the fuck whatever I'm doing. I can't wait to get settled because I want to go back to. I need to get a doctor, and I want to get a. Probably by the time I get settled and everything, I'll already be 20 weeks. Still be able to tell on a sonogram. Why don't you get married to a man with a house so you won't be homeless? No, I'm good. I'd rather be homeless. Amen, honey. I'd rather be homeless. Ooh, wait, honey. I'm sorry. But your boo is there. Oh, but your boo is there. My boo? Who? My baby daddy? This baby daddy? Yeah, he's here. But that doesn't mean anything. We're not talking about him. You're still standing, Liv. I'm rooting for you, girl. Thank you. Whether he's here or not, you guys think I'm gonna stay for a man? The fuck, I'm not staying for him. I'm staying in this state where I'm not from and have no family in for my children. That's the only reason I'm in Texas. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, I don't think that's why the people brought up your baby daddy or your boo. It didn't have anything to do with them asking you that, in the sense of saying that you should consider him in making the decision to stay in Texas. They brought up your baby daddy because you're talking about you're homeless. You're talking about you ain't got nowhere to go. You're talking about you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, because you're talking about staying in a shelter. You're talking about moving closer to your children. You're talking about moving with your family. So that's why the people are bringing up your boo, your baby daddy, which is what my question was. Like, how is your baby daddy around you in this current situation, and you're talking about you're homeless? You're living right now in a hotel. Why wouldn't you be staying with your baby daddy? That doesn't make sense.
Is this a new baby daddy? Yes, it is. Get yourself a Pinterest board and start homeless having kids. Yeah, homeless having kids. Yeah, I know, but you know what? It's crazy because you guys can judge me, but you guys know bitches like me. You guys know people like me. Stop that. Stop that.
No, ma'am. Not in my current situation. I don't know anyone that is in your situation. And I think it's pretty wild that you said that as if that's like saying, oh, y'all know somebody that got a job. I would hope everybody can say they know somebody in their real life that got a job. But to say everybody knows somebody that is in your situation, homeless and pregnant, and just got out of jail, no, ma'am. I know you like to try to normalize your dysfunction and the wrong behaviors and choices you be making over there and the different predicaments you find yourself in. You try to normalize that, but it's nothing normal about that situation. Not at all.
I'm not being picky because I know I have to move like kind of, I gotta move kind of in the ghetto. And I say ghetto because I feel like any part of Dallas is the ghetto. So yeah, I'm gonna be in the ghetto. Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna be in the ghetto with all my kids. I'm gonna be one of them ghetto ass bitches. So go ahead, get out of your system and go ahead and say it a million times so you feel better about your life. But I don't care. Oh well, if that's how you feel. I really don't care about none of that stuff. I'm healthy. I'm not a druggie. I have my mind. I'm a good person. And my kids are healthy. And they love me and I love them. That's all that matters to me. I feel like I'm pretty fucking blessed. No, Lady K, I haven't, baby. But that's what I was thinking, you know. If I were to go and stay in a shelter, and it's not even like 100% that I can get in, but maybe I can get into one. Like with women and children, they be like you get your own room and you get like your own space. You know, it's not like a shelter like how you guys think it is. It's like they could even give you like your own like little tiny studio apartment type shit. But that's just a long process. And I gotta find one. I've already looked into this, you guys. But no, that's how you would get a voucher. That's how you can go about getting a voucher. Or Section 8 or something like that. Because if you go into a shelter, they help you quicker. I don't know if you guys knew that. So it was definitely a thought. Definitely a thought in my mind, but it's just finding one. And if they're not full, and you know, there's a lot that goes into that. I stay in a shelter. Okay, baby. Well, like I said, was it hard to get into? No, my mom can help me. My mom can definitely help me, but I'm not, did I ask you guys for anything? Am I saying anything to y'all? My mom is gonna help me. That's not the point. The point is, what do I do? You guys are not understanding me. What do I do?
Again, Olivia is not making any sense to me because you're on the internet asking strangers to tell you what to do. Whether you should try to get into a shelter, whether you should move closer to your children, whether you should just hop a plane and go stay with your mom. Like, I'm not understanding why you are asking strangers to tell you what you should do, and then you just got through saying that your mother is going to help you. So, if you don't want to leave your children, that's what you keep saying, I don't want to leave my kids. There's only one thing to do, and that is to get a place close to your children. And you said your mother was going to help you. You just got through saying that you're going to end up having to live in the ghetto. And I just think it's so funny how Olivia turns her nose up at calling people ghetto or calling different environments that she drives by ghetto as if she's better than. But this is what you keep succumbing to. Like, If you don't want to live in the ghetto, what is stopping you from getting a decent apartment where you can live in a better environment? It's like a lot of stuff that this girl says, it just doesn't add up. Because the reality is, this girl is making money off of YouTube. She's making money. So where is your money going? What are you doing with your money that is not allowing you to live in a better environment? If you have the help of your family, and all you got to do is call mom and call stepdad, and they will come to your aid, as you always are throwing people faces. Why are you having to resort to living in the ghetto? Like, this is not making sense.
What do you mean you don't know what to do, Liv? You don't know if you want to rent an apartment or studio at least. No, I'm gonna get an apartment. I'm not getting a house. Especially, you just have to understand, like, the severity of my situation. My ex is crazy. I don't know if you guys understand me when I say that. I'm talking about showing up at my house, knocking on the door, unannounced, uninvited. I don't want to be in a house. I want to be, like, up on the 3rd floor apartment. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm not exaggerating when I say the things that I say. And I'm sorry if that's blowing up the spot or, telling somebody's business, but that's the reality of the situation. It's just the truth. And the fact that I'm saying that, he's gonna be so mad and try to hurt me even more, but that's the truth. Like, I'm supposed to lie for you? Like, I don't know. That's the truth of the situation. That's the shit he does. So, no. Anyway, forgot all that. Like I said, we gotta get an apartment. Because the moment I do get into a place, that's the first thing he's going to say to me. I need your address. And that's fine. In the court order, he does have to have my address. But that's the first thing he's going to say to me. So he's going to always know where I live. So I have to be smart about where I live.
Yeah, this is a lot right here. So much can be said. I'm going to wait to speak on this in another video. But yeah, this is a lot.
Showing? No, I'm not showing. It's like that awkward stage where it's like it just like pushes your stomach out more. You know what I mean? Like, it's just pushing my stomach out more, so I just look fat, like super fat. It's not like a bump or something like that. No, I'm not gonna feel. You guys are not gonna see a bump until I'm like 5 months, maybe 6, bitch. Okay. How a abusive man has a court order to know where you live. Because never mind. I can't even say that. I can't say anything. Not like I can't, but no, not for what I'm about. No. Anyway, you are strong, because I would leave and get your kids over the summer for just my mental health. I get what you guys are saying, but it's like, imagine. This is the way I think of it. I was so close to my mom. Like, I still am so close to my mom. My mom is my best friend. And my kids have been without me for years. They've been living with him for, 5 years now? But still, they are so close to me. They're so close to me. And it's like, to just not have my mom, like, I think, and like, think of it as like a child. Like, you don't even have that option. That option was just taken from them, and they knew that. And it's like, imagine how much anxiety, stress, heartache, pain a child goes through feeling that. And they're little and they don't know how to deal with that. So I totally understand what y'all are saying. Go get your shit together, work on you, just for like, go get trust me. That's the easy route to go and do what my people and everybody wants me to do. That's the easy route. My mama don't even want me to stay here no more. She's like, Olivia, no. She don't trust this state. She don't fuck with this state. I understand, because they're fucking with her baby. And now she's like, fuck that state. Not the situation. I mean, she don't like the fucking situation either, but her baby's going through it. I'm going through it. You understand? So she wants to get me out of this state. But it's like, I'm thinking about my babies. And it's like, even though they're with him anyway, that little break, that little peace of mind that they get, that little weekend, that little 2 days that they get, 3 days, 4 days, whatever, that they get away from him and they get to be with me, where they feel safe, where they feel home, for them to not have that at all, like, I think I'm just thinking about that, like, too much. Like, I'm just, and y'all saying, go do this and this, and it's like, that's selfish. That's more selfish to me, because I'm just thinking about me, you know?
And this is what was confusing me, because this is how you should be processing all of this. This is what you should be thinking about. Regardless if you have your children full time right now, any time with you and any time, you have with them, it's going to be needed. It's necessary. Because your children are not going to, they're not going to really be able to move on if, they will, but it will be a lot of damage done in the process if you was to up and leave them again. It's a very hard situation they're in anyway, but you don't want to make it worse. So leaving cannot be an option.
Since y'all want to talk so much shit, yeah, bad bitches have off days, but you ugly females, honey, you could dress it up. But what they say, you can't put lipstick on a pig, honey. Okay, a pig gonna be a pig, sweetheart. All them wigs and them lipsticks and them lashes, girl, you just look like a little piggy dressed up. It's cute, but don't worry about me. We good over here. I can have an off day and I can take an ugly picture. It don't change. It don't change shit around here. Now, with that being said, back on topic. Okay? Stop playing with me. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm locked up. They won't let me out. How people doing my joke on me? How you doing my joke on me?
Olivia is trying her hard to flip this around, but you know what it is, Olivia. Like, you called yourself trying to be funny when you got somebody locked up, and then here it is, you turned around and got locked up and ended up having to stay in jail even longer. So you know why people are putting it back on you, because this is what you threw out there, and you ended up having to reap that. You know what it is.
Yes, girl, I'm homeless. Yes, I'm homeless, guys. For real. Like, for real. Like, for real. I was homeless in another state. Now I'm homeless in the state where I was living. Like, had a place and everything. This keeps happening. It's okay. I'm gonna get my shit together, guys. Everything's gonna work out for me. But I've actually been here for so fucking long that I'm kind of like used to it. You know what I mean? Like, I've grown used to this fucking hellhole. Oh shit. Look, you see? I'm fat, y'all. Your girl didn't gain 35, 45, 55 pounds. Hello. Good. I have a storage unit and I'm not sure how to get into it. Like, no, I have the key. Like, when I do the door, you have to do it a certain way. I have to scan this or slide it and then hit what? Oh, I just scan it, that's it?
You just swipe it at the set of double glass sliding doors, the ones that's on. It's going to be the one that's on the right hand side first. And it will check you in. It turns the alarm off in your unit.
Oh, okay. And then when I leave, I scan it again? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, can I go pee? Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Olivia, girl. Please stop saying that. Like, nobody wants to know what you're actually going to do when you go into their restroom. They don't want to hear you say you're going to pee. That is so, oh my gosh, like, the level of just immaturity is so bad. Like, Olivia, you are too grown in age to be going to a public place asking, where can you go pee? Like, Olivia, if you are in a public place and you have to use the restroom, just say, where is your restroom? Okay? Where is the restroom? Where is your bathroom? Oh my gosh.
You're so self-critical of other people's looks. So, of course, no, I'm not critical of people's looks. I don't give a fuck what you guys look like. This is how it goes in my world. Y'all come for me, and I come back for you. And you don't like that. And now I'm the fucking bully. Stop coming for me. A dusty bitch came for me again today. Nobody gives a fuck, because she ain't shit. But if I come back for her, oh, Olivia's so mean. You know, I look better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a smarter bitch. Like, I'm a real, you know what I mean? Like, going for somebody like that is like going for like a child or some shit. So it's like, if I go for a person like that, I'm gonna be the bad person. But it's like people steady coming for me. So it's like, I am not critical. I don't care what you look like. But if you're going to constantly come for me and you look like who did it and why, sir, I'm going to say something back to you if I want to. And then I'm so critical and I'm so mean. No, because I don't care what y'all look like. I think everyone's beautiful in their own way. But you don't have to tear me down because you feel insecure about yourself. You don't have to do that.
Oh, wow. I mean, I could give you some credit, Olivia, if it was only towards people who pick your looks apart and then you come back and you say what you say about their looks. But that's not the situation. For years, it has always been, let me see what you look like. I bet you look like this. I bet you look like that. You literally pick women's looks apart. You have always done it, unprovoked. Nobody's coming for you. That's what you immediately go to. And because people have been calling you out on that, now you want to try to flip it and make it seem like you're the victim and you only do it as a way to get your lick back because people are doing it to you first. Again, you're being dishonest. And it's very unfortunate, Olivia, that you can't even own up to something like this because you know exactly what you do. And you've been doing it for a while. You've even gone so far as to say, I'm not going to take anybody's advice unless I know they look a certain way. You only listen to people if you think they're pretty. Like, it's very strange that you have done this for years and then you want to turn around and make it seem like you didn't do this and you haven't been doing it. That's pretty wild.
Baby daddy is going to help me. He's going to give me some money for the place. That's not my thing. I can't stay with him right now. No, I cannot stay with him. But that's not the thing. The thing is where do I go? Because why would you explain this to y'all?
Olivia, you're deflecting because you don't want to explain the real reason why staying with your baby daddy is not an option. Because it doesn't make sense for you to say, this is your baby daddy, you're calling him bae or boo, this is your boo, you love him, but yet you just got out of jail and you're staying in a hotel and then you're talking about you're homeless. You're considering going into a shelter, but you got a whole man and you're carrying his child and then you're turning around saying that you can't stay with him right now. Why is that? Is it because he don't have a place for you to stay at? Is it because he's living with somebody else? Like, This is not making sense. You're literally carrying this man's baby, and you're talking about you're homeless and you can't stay with him right now. Make it make sense. So y'all, that's pretty much all for this video. I did skip a lot of this live because it was long, and honestly, I just didn't have the patience, nor did I have the desire to want to sit through it. But I pretty much just pulled out some of the pieces of this live that I wanted to speak on. This whole homeless pregnancy storyline, again, is getting really old, and I feel that Olivia really needs to do better. I think this is something that we've all been saying for a very long time. I really had high hopes for her to get out and do better, but it is seeming to look like she's kind of falling into her same pattern. And that's very unfortunate for her because she was given an opportunity to really reevaluate her life and make a decision to kind of reset and do things differently. And it just seems like she's still going in the same direction. So, as I've stated before, I guess we'll see how this all plays out. But with that being said, I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's OneLove, and I'm out.